Okay, I think we are live. So these things always have a little bit of a delay, and I always like to give it just a sec to let people kind of trickle in and join. So if you guys are jumping on, feel free to drop a comment or DM me. I have my phone in front of me just in case anybody can't access the chat. If you're on your phone, I know that's a little bit different, but I'm going to kind of jump right into this and make sure that everything's good. Hope you guys can hear me. If we have any tech difficulties, just bear with me. Let me know if you can't hear me or see me or if anything happens. So I'm going to jump right in, and I'm so excited to be with you guys. My name's Stephanie Chico. I know a lot of you probably have come to this video from my Instagram, but you may have been invited by another coach or somebody who's not me. So that's very possible too. So if you don't know me, if you don't follow me personally, my name's Stephanie Chico. And I am super excited because I'm going to be talking to you guys today about what it really is to be a fitness influencer on social media today. And it's funny saying fitness influencer because I feel like that's a newer term. And when I first started in network marketing and online business and, really dove into this world of marketing my business on social media, that was not even a term. So that's kind of a newer term. And really, we were just winging it back then. So to give you guys a little bit of a reference, I've been in the coaching world for almost 7 years. It's going to be 7 years in October. And it's crazy to think that it's been that long because it's gone by very quickly, but it also feels like it's a whole lifetime all at the same time. So I don't even know how that can be, but it's true. That's what it feels like. And it's been a huge gift to me and my family because it's really, really changed our entire life. So before coaching, just to give you guys a little bit of a background, my husband was a professional baseball player. And when opportunities stopped arising for him, we had all of our eggs in that basket. So we really ended up in a spot that was scary, and we were living a life that we could no longer sustain on zero income. Or living a lifestyle that we could no longer sustain on zero income. I didn't have a college degree. I literally went from high school to a little bit of college to being engaged, to being married, to being a mom, all within a very short time period. And I was very young and just didn't have a lot of, I worked, since I was 15 years old, but really no legitimate resume, didn't have a college degree, hadn't worked in years. And same went for my husband, Matt, who, had just pursued baseball his whole life. And that's really all he knew. So here we were in this really scary situation where we didn't know what we were going to do. And it was to the point where we were borrowing money from family. We were selling things on Craigslist. We were late on payments. We were very familiar with bill collectors calling and, setting up payment plans and things like that. It was just so messy and so scary, and a time in my life that at the time I hated. I was so resentful of that time period because it just feels like you're going to drown in it. And if you guys have dealt with that or you're going through that, I feel for you because I know how helpless and hopeless you can feel. And really rock bottom for me was, I remember the day vividly. We had a little rental apartment. We had downsized from our 3,600 square foot home on a golf course in Florida to a little condo apartment in Tempe, Arizona. We had 2 dogs and a cat. We had 3, we had just had our 3rd baby, and we were crammed into 1,700 square feet, which is not terrible. It's not terrible, but for a big family with animals and stuff like that, and having to take them out and leash them, and it was just, we had no backyard, little kids with no backyard. It was a disaster, and I was miserable. And it was that day when I just found myself curled up literally in a fetal position on my bed thinking, how did it get to this point? How could everything have just fallen apart so badly? And that was kind of that turning point for me where I just thought, okay, nothing's going to just happen. I really have to figure out what I can do to take things into control on my own. And I had never really had that sense of empowerment before. I had kind of dabbled in entrepreneurship, and maybe some of you mamas can relate. You're home with your babies and you're like, oh, I just want to keep my hands busy. Like, I just feel like I'm not contributing in some way. I wanted to feel like I had my own kind of fun money, even though at one point we were in a position where we didn't need me to contribute. But I just felt like my worth was more than, just doing diapers and dishes and housework and stuff like that. I wanted to feel like I was doing something more and bigger than that. And so I would make, I taught myself how to use a sewing machine. I sewed clothes for little kiddos and sold it on Etsy. I made headbands and bows and sold those on Etsy. I had multiple Etsy shops at all different times, and, tried the online business route. And I had dabbled a little bit in network marketing prior, and it wasn't the company for me. And so I sort of had my doubts about network marketing, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But that was a big fear of mine, especially when coaching was introduced to me. Like, I don't really want to be that girl who's just trying to sell stuff on social media anymore. So that really that fear kept me away from the coaching world for a while. But when I had our third baby, I had 3 kids in 3 years, literally 36 months. My oldest was still only 2 years old for like 2 or 3 weeks when my third baby was born. That's crazy. I don't know how I did it. I just blacked out and just had babies, and it was crazy. That was my whole 20s. So it's wild to look back on that time. But I was in this body that I could barely recognize. So while we were going through this, financial crisis and huge lifestyle change and life change, I also felt like, who am I? Like, who is this person? I looked in the mirror and I was so young and I could barely recognize myself. I felt depressed and just low on myself. Like, my self-esteem was low. I couldn't fit into my clothes, and that made me angry. I didn't want to shop more. I didn't have the money to shop more. So I was wearing maternity clothes, and I just had enough. And a friend of mine kept posting about this group that she was running on social media, this fitness group. And I thought, okay, what the heck, I'll just join. And everybody was doing these Beachbody DVDs and drinking this shake. And I thought, I don't need that. I'm going to do my own thing. So I had my own DVDs and some other shake, and she still graciously let me into her group. And that's really where I got started. I saw what she was doing, and I just thought, this is really interesting. I was really kind of taken by what she was doing. I thought it was kind of a genius business model. I had obviously tried my hand at other businesses and failed because A, it just wasn't the right fit for me, or B, it just felt disingenuous, or all of those things. It wasn't the right thing for me. But here I was in this season of life where I was in that post-baby fitness journey, and I thought, she's doing it and she's earning this income. Like, maybe there is something here for me. So I'm going to share some slides with you guys. That's a little bit about my story, and I probably talked way longer than I wanted to talk for, but that's okay. That's me, a little long-winded. So hopefully you guys can see these slides. Here we go, present to everybody. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. I've introduced myself. You guys know me by now. My name's Stephanie Chico. I'm a virtual fitness coach, online fitness influencer. It all sounds funny to me, but that's what the cool kids are calling it these days. I have 4 kiddos now. So I had 3 when I started as a coach. And since then, I have a 2-year-old now. So I was in the coaching world, got pregnant, did the whole like postpartum fitness journey over again, which was really a big gift. And if you guys have gone through it, it's a tough journey, right? I mean, for me, it's tough. It takes me a solid 18 months to 2 years to really feel like myself again. So I'm really just kind of on the other side of that now. And it's really cool to be able to pay that forward and show other moms that it can be done. And I started from probably 400 friends and followers combined between Facebook and Instagram. When I was first starting out, I used just my personal accounts. I turned them into my business accounts and still use them for personal stuff. You guys will see, my kids and my family and things like that on both platforms. But mostly I just made that decision to keep the platform that I already had created instead of starting fresh. And I've grown those between my Facebook personal page to my Facebook business page and to my Instagram to a combined 50,000 plus followers. So, and that did not happen overnight. Let me just preface that. I wish you guys could see my face. I don't think you can. But anyway, that did not happen overnight. That was a lot of work, a lot of research, a lot of consistency, and a lot of dedication. And I know people come in and they're like, oh, I don't have a lot of followers. You don't have to. I mean, my first probably 2 years in this business was the most rapid growth, maybe my first 3 years. And my following was not nearly as big as it is now. So you do not have to have this massive following to have success in this business. That's just, it doesn't necessarily go hand in hand. A bigger following is great, but it will grow over time. But start with where you're at. If you've got 200, I had 200 followers on Instagram when I first started my coaching business. So just to paint that picture for you guys, if you're right around that, awesome. If you have more than that, cool, you have a leg up. But that does not make or break your success in this coaching journey. I've lost over 40 pounds. So I've done that twice now since being a coach. It was right when I first started as a coach. I came into coaching, and I'm going to get into this too. I came into coaching not at my goal weight. And that's really important for me to tell you guys, because a lot of people feel like they've got to be where they want to be. They've got to be at the goal, the finish line to help other people. And that's just absolutely not the case. And then I did it over again. I got pregnant. I gained like 45 pounds with my fourth baby, Bowen, and have since lost that. Thank goodness. That was a long haul there for a minute. Let me see, where are my slides? That'd be good to know where those are. Okay, so next slide, life before coaching. I kind of told you guys a little bit about this while I was in my intro. We were near bankruptcy. We had a short sell that beautiful golf course home, which was a huge hit to our pride and our ego. So just having to recover from that alone, like just the emotional toll that took on us, not all of it was financial. A lot of it was emotional and just, very distressing to go through a situation like that. Overweight after 3 back-to-back pregnancies, depressed, Debbie Downer. I look back on some of my old, you guys know, like the Facebook memories. I'm like, who was this girl? Like, how did I have any friends? I'm not sure, but God love them for sticking around for me. Stressed marriage, borrowed money from family to get by, and I had a private social media that I decided, when I made that switch into coaching that, I was going to just use it as my business page. And that's what I did. It was really just a decision to start presenting myself in a professional way. So you do not have to start fresh. You don't have to start a new platform. In fact, I suggest that you don't. I just suggest using the platform you have, because people already follow you, know you, love you, and whatever new journey you're going to be on, if you're just sharing authentically and really vulnerably and just being you and not trying to be that salesperson, we'll talk about that too. They're going to love you and they're going to continue to follow you, and your following is going to grow because you're just a real person. I am a huge believer in that. So how I stumbled into fitness coaching, also talked about this a little bit. I just watched a friend do it online, probably like a lot of you are doing with me or the other coach who brought you to this webinar. And you're probably thinking, well, she can do it, I couldn't do it. And I thought the same thing. I had all of those self-limiting thoughts, just like you might be telling yourself. And it's hard. It's really hard to be in that space where you have those doubts and you're not really sure. But I think it was the perfect storm for me of just having the need and the desire. And I had a huge why. And you'll hear that a lot in the coach world, is having a why and really staying connected to, why you need this to work, why you want this to work. For some people, like for myself, it was obviously I was very connected to the mission and the products and the fitness that we offered and these amazing programs that really changed my life and that I so believed in, but also the financial aspect, like seeing one of my girlfriends who was earning money and was able to pay cash for a new double jogging stroller. That was a huge thing for me because I had little ones and I was like, wow, that's expensive. I would have had to put that on a credit card and gone into debt and taken months and months to pay that off. But she just dropped some cash on it. And I thought, if she's doing that, how could that change my life? And that's really how I got started. Is I had that why, I had that root and that connection to why I really, really wanted and needed this to work for myself and my family. And like I said, I told you guys I would get into this and cover this topic. This is a tough one, and I hear it a lot. What if I like fitness, but I'm not actually fit? That's okay. I think that fitness comes in all shapes and sizes. I don't think that there's it's not a one size fits all. Fit looks different for everybody. I think if you are somebody who has the desire to want to get healthy and want to move their body, want to, help other people and inspire other people using your own journey, then you get to be a coach. There's no picture in the dictionary that says this is what a coach looks like. It's just somebody who has that desire. You can be on your fitness journey. You can for some people, we have girls on our team and in the network who are recovering from eating disorders. So sometimes it's flip-flopped, and it's not necessarily that you have a lot of weight to lose, but it's that maybe you need to gain some weight. Maybe you need to put on some lean muscle. Maybe you just need to learn to love the body that you're in. So for everybody, it's going to look a little bit different. But I remember those fears of having, I didn't look the way that I wanted to look. So how could I help somebody else look the way that they want to look? But it's really just saying, I'm going to hold your hand through this. I'm not perfect. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not somebody who knows everything or has all the degrees or has all the certifications, but I'm just going to be your friend through this. And I'm going to cheer you on through this process. So as a brand new coach, as you guys know, I still had at least 20 pounds to go to reach my goals. And most of our coaches start out that same way. We start all of our new coaches in a fitness group. So you don't have to dive right into the business and being this professional and being this coach and having this persona online. You get to really ease in. You get to experience that fitness side of things, get to invite your friends. You get to tell your family about it before you feel like you're just in it. You're always going to have somebody with you to walk you through it. But you don't have to feel like, okay, I'm just in business now. It can be that soft start. And really it's can be personalized for everybody. I'm going to take a drink of Energize really quick. Okay, so what do we actually do as fitness coaches? This is a good one. Obviously, you guys see the pretty picture on social media where it's creating content and pictures. And now not everybody does that. I personally love social media. I love sharing my life. I love creating content and making pretty photos pop and all of those things, which I'll teach you everything I know. But really, there is such a focus on so much more behind the scenes that I don't think anybody really gets to see the full picture of. And that's why we host these webinars so we can talk about it. So there's a huge focus on personal development, which I absolutely love. Excuse me, you guys. I'm recovering from this terrible cold. Focus on personal development. I didn't really have that introduction into personal development until I was a coach, which is really neat. I thought self-help was kind of for people who, I don't know, just were struggling. And it's really just, it's a lifestyle. It's living that positive lifestyle, and personal development helps so much. There's so many things throughout my life the last 7 years that if it were not for the introduction to personal development, I don't know if I would be here talking to you guys today. And that's truth. That's the truth right there. We're just sharing our journey. Oh gosh, my journey has evolved and changed so much over the last 7 years. When I first started, I was on a post-baby journey. Just 2 years ago, I was on a post-baby journey, but everything in between, there was a lot of life and it looked different, and it wasn't necessarily about weight loss anymore. It took on different meanings for me. And so it can be so different for everybody. And that's what I love. It's just sharing wherever you're at in your personal, unique journey. So it's leaning into the team for support. I'm struggling over here, you guys. I'm so sorry. My poor throat. leaning into the team for support and training. So what you get when you sign up as a coach is you get a team, you get a family. And that was another thing for me that I was really attracted to, was this sense of community. We had just moved to Arizona and knew hardly anybody. I mean, I could count on one hand like how many people in the entire state that we knew. We were not really that close to family. And I felt really alone, especially in that season of like new motherhood. I had a lot of little babies and I didn't really have people to talk to, like other moms. And through coaching, I've met some of my best friends, and that's not like, I can't stress that enough. These are people who came into my life and they have been with me, and vice versa, through some of life's most horrible stages, through loss and death, to births and everything in between. It's just been quite a ride. And these people are people who I know would be in my life no matter what for the rest of our lives. So that's pretty special to have those people who just get you, and that's the thing too. I think if you're attracted to this opportunity, you're going to meet people who you're just on the same wavelength with. And that is really special to have that. Okay, I'm just making sure that I have everybody can hear and see everything. We help others succeed and reach their own goals, celebrate achievements, get public recognition, meet up on free trips. If you guys follow, you probably just saw that we came back from our annual conference in Indianapolis. Next year, it's going to be in New Orleans. So any coach can join, which is pretty cool. So you don't have to be any certain rank to join us for that annual conference. And it's honestly life-changing. I went as a brand new coach almost 7 years ago. Seven summers ago. That was my first one. I had been a coach for just a few months, and it honestly changed my life, just being there and seeing these people who were just normal everyday people who were doing these big things that literally changed their entire life. I thought, okay, if they can do it, I guess I can do it too. So it's just a really special thing to be a part of. How do I start earning an income? Your income, I will always tell you, is a direct reflection of how many people you help. So yes, we have commission. We all earn 25% commission, and we get a 25% discount. You don't have to meet any kind of quota or anything like that to be eligible for that discount. When you sign up as a coach, you get a discount. When you sign up as a coach, you get a commission, and it's 25% across the board, which is actually pretty competitive in comparison to a lot of other network marketing companies. So it's a pretty legit commission and discount. Follow simple training video process. We've got a new coach training that we've simplified over the years. I was a new coach. I know exactly what it's like to be a new coach. I've created so many trainings over the years where it's like, too much or too little. And I think we've kind of perfected the system, but we are always evolving and adding new things. So, you will be a part of a really specific, personalized journey as you come in. It'll be relevant training. It'll help you get started right now in the climate of social media that we're living in, and our business, because we always have new products and new programs that launch. And so it's up to us to really pass that on to our new coaches too. So you'll always have that info, you'll always have that training and that exposure to whatever information you need for your business. If you decide to build a team, there's an incredible opportunity to grow your income even more. I personally have never been a huge salesperson. I love our products and I love our programs, and I love hooking people up with those and getting them started in our fitness groups. But building a team and training my coaches and helping them grow their own coaching businesses has always really been my sweet spot. And so you don't have to be this salesperson and slam all day long. You can also just really love the community and want to bring people in and be a part of it and earn a really incredible income. So you will learn lots more about that in our new coach training, but that's really how you start. You can start earning an income the day you sign up to be a coach. We get paid weekly, which is also kind of nice. Today, Thursday, also happens to be payday. So every Thursday you get a paycheck, of course, if you're, actively building your business. And it's just such a happy day of the week for us. So I talked a little bit about this too, where well, maybe I didn't. I feel like I did, but I probably didn't. There are different ways that you can be a coach. There are lots of people who sign up because they're like, ooh, 25% discount. That's awesome. I love Shakeology. I love Energize, which I'm drinking right now, and I need to take a sip of, so hold please. And you get to save that 25%, and you don't necessarily have to work the business. So you can just really enjoy that discount and just hang out, be a part of the community, be a part of the fitness group, and kind of be a fly on the wall. Sometimes people start as that discount coach, and then they're like, okay, I really like this. I think I want to do this. I think I could be good at this, or whatever you feel like. You can grow into a different type of coach as you go. A hobby coach, maybe you've got a full-time job, or I don't know, whatever the case may be, you can't necessarily work this coaching business full-time. You can be a hobby coach and kind of do this part-time and have it more as that side hustle, and still enjoy that discount, still enjoy maybe the occasional commissions, and have that like extra income as a little added bonus, which is always nice. Who doesn't want that? Or you can be a business builder and be that all-in coach, really build this as your full-time job. Maybe you hate your job that you're currently working and you really want to be working at home. You've got like little kids and you want to be home with them. You can do that. I did this. I built this business in those first few years with all three of my older kids at home. They were, just starting preschool, and I remember them crawling around at my ankles while I was typing away on my computer. So it can be done. Even the busiest stay-at-home moms, even if you can be a business builder and build an incredible coaching business. Even if you've got a full-time job, there's really something for everybody. We have full-time nurses and teachers who do this on the side and have built up a really incredible coaching business, very lucrative, and have even matched their, nursing and teaching salaries, for example, and maybe still work that teaching or nursing job, and some of them have retired and now they just do coaching full time. So it's really up to you. There's no one size fits all. Again, it can really look like however you want it to look. Again, I talked about our training. We have a team group also where anytime there's new announcements, you guys will know about it. We have weekly training webinars where it's fun and you get new info. Every Monday morning, there's a corporate-led call with training from top coaches in the network. So you're literally always being exposed to help and assistance and ideas and, just training in general. You're going to be a part of a positive and uplifting team community. Really, that's probably one of the most, all of it's life changing, but I think being a part of something that's a little bit bigger than you and knowing that wherever you're at, you're going to be cheered on by other people who sometimes you haven't even met. It's always so cool, just talking about that annual conference that we just came back from, getting to witness firsthand, like girls on our team who knew each other from Instagram or Facebook, but actually physically met each other for the very first time in person. Like that is so special. And the fact that they go home best friends. You meet your friends that you know through the computer or your phone. You meet them in person and you're like, oh my God, we really are best friends. And that's truly how it happens. So you just meet your people, and to be a part of that is something really, really special. So if you're like, okay, cool, enough talk, how do I actually get started? So there's a couple different ways that you can start. There is a $39.95 coach sign-up fee, and no matter what, you've got a $16 monthly business fee. That just covers your online website maintenance. Like, I don't have to update my website when we've got a new product coming out. Beachbody handles that. They update my website for me. They send emails to customers, they handle shipping, they handle returns, they handle customer service, all that stuff. So for $16 a month to have that backup where I don't have to handle stocking or anything like that, it's pretty awesome. And I am not a website person, so the fact that I don't have to do those updates and that maintenance is really cool. And that's well worth the $16 a month. Now, if you're military or you're a veteran or you're a spouse of either one of those, you get those fees waived. So you can talk to the coach whether it's me or somebody else who brought you to this webinar, and we can kind of walk you through those steps. There's just a quick little form that you'd fill out to get those fees waived. Non-military can get the sign-up fee waived by, so you would still have that $16 monthly business fee, but you can get that $40 sign-up fee waived by starting with what's called a challenge pack. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen now just so I can, well, I can't see you, but so you guys can see me. What's called a challenge pack, which is going to come with your choice of our superfood shake, which comes either vegan or whey protein, or you can choose a performance stack, which I'm still sipping on it, but Energize, you guys, is life. It's like, it's my second dose of caffeine every single day. It's a pre-workout, but it can be used for just like a little pick-me-up in the afternoon if that's what you need. It's plant-based. Can't say enough about it. Like, I'm obsessed with this stuff. I mix it sometimes with vodka also. It's very tasty. It comes in fruit punch and lemon, and I love both. I actually do like a full scoop of fruit punch and then a half scoop of lemon, and that's my pre-workout. So it would be a bundle of that and our post-workout recovery shake. There's lots of different package options, but probably our base kit is either one of those. And you can start a full-blown coaching business, all of that stuff that we talked about, have access to our training, get that coach sign-up fee waived, all those things. And those packages start at different prices, but you guys reach out to me, DM me, comment here, email, whatever you need to do to get in touch with me so that we can get you signed up. We can talk prices, we can talk your best fit. But that all access pack is really a great way to go, because those challenge packs will come with an entire year subscription to Beachbody On Demand, which is where we stream all of our workout programs from, 21-Day Fix, 80-Day Obsession, P90X, Insanity, our brand new one that's just launching, Morning Meltdown 100. There's just there's hundreds to choose from, and you get that for an entire year, which is a pretty great deal. And that's a $99 value, but you're getting it as part of a package, which is deeply discounted, and you get to save on shipping on your supplements when you do that challenge pack option. So with all that said, normally I go into an income slide just to kind of paint a bigger picture for you guys, but I just want to be careful with income disclaimers and things like that. But just to close up before I completely lose my voice, this business has been absolutely life-changing. I know, because I remember the feeling of fear. Like, I didn't want to be that salesperson. I didn't want to be the MLMer. I didn't want to be that person, but I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be weird. It can be totally normal. Honestly, this is kind of the way of the future. I feel like if you talk to most like stay-at-home moms, or so many people, if it's not a stay-at-home mom who's got like a home-based business, it's maybe somebody who's in a corporate gig or teaching or nursing or something like that, and they're working a network marketing business on the side. So it's just so commonplace these days to be aligned with a company that you just feel really connected to. So if this is something where you're like, yeah, I already work out, or maybe you're a fitness trainer and you just want to have a way to help people on a bigger level and have a bigger platform to help serve more people. Coaching is the way to do that. We have lots of personal trainers and group fitness instructors and people who have really seen the bigger picture and can help their clients on a much bigger level than just meeting one-on-one in person. So before I lose my voice, like I said, trust that little voice inside you guys. If you're feeling that whisper, and you're obviously here for a reason, I know what it's like to have those doubts, but understand that if that whisper is there, it's going to be there. And then you're going to be like me, and you're going to be like, man, why did it take me 6 or 8 months to finally sign up? Because that's how it was for me. And I kind of kicked myself. I also understand that everybody has their own perfect timing, and you really have to trust that voice inside your head. But if that voice is saying, go for it, and we're going to be here to help you. We're going to be here to help guide you. And we really we can't wait to partner with you and help guide you guys on this process. So let us know if you have any questions, and I hope you all have a great day. Talk to you guys soon.